So we're here at Huntin Fool headquarters with my long life friend Jared Lyle, who happens to be the CEO of Huntin Fool, and we are taking this knuckle dragging idiot into an experience of what it's like to actually get onboarded and tag allocated with your services. So explain it to me, because I'm an idiot.
Well, you're not an idiot.
With this I am.
All of us are, because we're at the mercy of the state, right?
Right.
Like at the end of the day, we're talking specifically about our application service, often referred to as license applications, but in reality it's just any limited entry tag allocation system that are managed by, quite frankly, the government, who doesn't do a great job, shockingly, at handling these things. Their websites...
Imagine that.
Yeah, their websites tend to suck. The customer service is almost nil.
Mm-hmm.
And so we exist to simplify that process, and in this particular part of our business, to literally do it for you. Step one is us onboarding you and making sure that the states in aggregate are all going to know who you are.
Got it.
When the dust settles.
Gotcha.
So that we can, hunter's education numbers, etc. Some states require a physical copy of that to be uploaded. We handle all that for you.
Gotcha.
Now, don't get me wrong, we're going to harass you for it, because we can't go find your hunter's ed card, but we can harass you until you get it, and then we're going to submit it on your behalf.
Gotcha.
And then step two is, so first is who are you, and step two is what do you want, right? What is your weapon preference? What are your species preferences? What are your budgets? Do you want to go guided for some species? Do you want to go self-guided for all species? We service the entire list of customers. And in that onboarding process, we're checking those boxes. Like,
Sure.
for example, a lot of our clients will be like, hey, if it's an antelope hunt, deer, elk, self-guided. If I finally draw a sheep tag, I want to go guided for a sheep hunt, right?
Right.
So we work through that whole matrix. That's onboarding step one. Step two is we get into those goals, and it's like, all right, we know your weapon preference. We know your physical ability. We'll ask those questions. We know, for example, are you scared of grizzly bears? There's some, hey, you know what?
I believe it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I get it, and especially lower 48 grizzly bears, they tend to be more obnoxious than Alaska grizzly bears, ironically,
Gotcha.
because they're so protected and they kind of get spoiled and they make bad decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have clients that just say, yeah, absolutely not. I will not hunt a
No
tag.
way around grizzlies. Get me out of there.
Yep.
Yeah, sure. That's fair.
And wilderness, there's a lot of criteria that we go through. So then we start asking the question, all right, there's the state forces this into three financial categories.
Gotcha.
One is non-refundable funds. You're going to pay something to the state you're not getting back no matter what.
Right.
For some states it's a lot, for some it's a little. In all cases, you're going to have some non-refundable funds that you're paying to the state. These are not paid to us. These are paid directly to the state, right?
Gotcha.
Two is going to be refundable funds. Fewer and fewer states are doing this, but you said you've applied for Idaho moose in the past.
Yeah.
Shires moose.
Yeah.
Did you have to pay for all of it up front? Answer is
Yes. Yes, I did.
Yes, and it's like $2,800. They're going to hit your credit card for.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to sit on it for a few months, and then if you don't draw, if you don't get lucky in the tag allocation system, then they're going to kick your money back to you.
Gotcha.
Minus the non-refundable portion,
Correct.
which includes the credit card fees and all of the hunting license and a bunch of other things.
Sure.
It's close to $300 that the state's going to keep and give you your $2,400 back.
Gotcha.
Wyoming takes all your tag fees up front. New Mexico takes all your tag fees up front. Idaho does it just for the once-in-a-lifetime species, moose, sheep, goat, mountain goat, more specifically, not speed goats. So it varies a little bit, but we break that out into three categories, the third one being our fees.
Gotcha.
And it's super transparent. It's like, here's what Idaho, Montana, Colorado, insert state here is going to keep no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what they're going to put on your card that you might get back if you don't get lucky and draw a tag. And then finally, here's what we're going to charge you to do this on a state-by-state basis.
Gotcha.
And our fees are $55 a state and $10 per species within the state. So
That's not bad.
no, it's very reasonable. And then you take a state like Arizona, there's three separate draw periods. You're going to have, like right now, it's January, so we're applying clients for elk and pronghorn in Arizona. In the middle period, come May, we're going to have deer and sheep, bighorn sheep. And then there's bison, there's turkey, Gould's turkey, which takes like 25 points to draw a tag or something like that to go kill a turkey. Or you can just
really be into
book a
turkeys.
hunt through our booking agency south of the border, or go to Mexico and kill your Gould's turkey if it's that important.
Yeah.
But anyway, in that case, you've already paid your state fee. So even though there's 3 separate draw periods, at that point it's just a species fee of $10 each.
Gotcha.
Wrap up with one last
Sorry,
thing
go for
on
it.
application services. Probably the most important thing to note is that the team that's going to apply you has, I don't know, 30 plus years of experience doing this. They've applied more tags than probably I would have. In 1 month, they'll apply more applications than I'll do in my entire lifetime if I did 20 states a year.
Gotcha.
So they got a lot of experience. In addition to that, our hunt consultants are one of the most important things that you access when you become an application services member. So basically, you're going to onboard as an app member, and you're going to get access to any number of our full-time guys. Again, I think that's an important distinction. There's not many people that actually have full-time dedicated consultants. And that's when you're going to get on the phone and say, okay, here's my budget. Here's what I want to do. I want to hunt archery elk. I want to hunt rifle antelope. I want to hunt a mule deer in the high country in Colorado at some point in time. And we're going to walk you through and put your strategy together for you. One-on-one, individual consultation. Make sure that the juice is worth the squeeze when you finally draw a tag.
Sure.
Yeah, and so then on the membership side, we're basically doing the same thing in that if you become, and again, it's important to note that the application services is an a la carte service. When you come on and you ask us to do your tags for you, your applications for you, that's a separate fee structure, etc. But it does include the consulting I just mentioned. Membership's a separate fee structure where if you become a Huntin Fool member, basically you're going to have access to the same consultants, but you're asking those questions from a DIY point of view is kind of how I put it.
Sure.
So we got this concierge business where we're really going to help you go all the way through the process, and we have this DIY service where it's like, I don't want to pay anybody else to do it. I want to apply my own apps. I want to go on my own hunt. I'm not going to go guided maybe when I draw a tag. And same group of consultants helping you plan your application strategy, planning your hunt acquisition strategy, etc.
Gotcha.
And that membership structure is, again, more, I guess, aimed at or more desirable to the do-it-yourselfer.
Sure.
Yeah.
So basically, you have something for either way that a guy wants to go. If you want to try to be disciplined and never make a mistake and never screw up and never apply for the wrong thing or miss a deadline or anything like that, that's not me. You can apply. You can get that in the membership, and don't you get you get connectivity with previous people on lifetime hunts and things like that as well.
Yeah, so we call it our previous tag holder list. It's the largest database of its kind, bar none, in the world. We've got well over 30,000 individual records in there, people who have drawn quality tags in the past. And when they call in to get this previous tag holder list, they opt in to also be called. So I might draw a unit in Colorado. I call in or email in. There's form submission. You have to be a member to access this list. That's one of the ways we protect you from just having an onslaught of people reaching out. It's members only. You call in, you get a list. It's usually just the emails and the phone numbers of the people who have opted in before you that have put boots on the ground in your unit. And so then you get this list. It's the greatest research tool on planet Earth. We're a great research resource, but there's almost nothing better than if I call you and I know a unit. In fact, I know a unit. I won't disclose it on the camera here, but I know a unit you hunted last year with your bow for antelope, right? And if you had opted into said previous tag holder list database, I could call you and again, you're not mandated. It's a courtesy. It's a member-to-member courtesy. You're not mandated to give me all your secrets, but we have created lifetime hunting partnerships out of this list. We have people every single year, multiple, like dozens and dozens and dozens that are like, dude, that was the most valuable information I got. I talked to Josh. He told me, hey, don't forget to get gas here on your way in because that's the last gas you're going to get.
Right.
And, you need extra drinking water and don't forget tire chains on this hunt. And the roads are awful. You probably want a side-by-side. You don't want to go in there with your pickup truck, your $60,000 pickup truck.
Yeah, this might be a good, reasonable place to camp. Do not go over here. It's going to be a disaster. I didn't see Jack on this side of the valley or whatever.
There were 22 rigs and a horse trailer at that gate when I was there last year in the same hunt.
Yeah, and that's a priceless resource option. Isn't that kind of how Huntin Fool started originally? It was more based around that format.
It's been based around peer community from day one.
Yeah, there's an option for everybody, and because of our history and our experience, we have an actual coupon code for you guys to use for this. You can either get one in the tag allocation services. You can get one state for free, zero risk, zero cost. The state costs you nothing to apply for. You just get to have them do it for you. Coupon code MFJJ will get that to you for free. Or you can get 25% off any membership they offer. Period. Straight up, 25% off. Coupon code MFJJ. Get you in the door. You need to use this service, and I'm not just trying to push this because I've wanted to use it forever, and I've delayed on doing it to make sure you could go through the experience with me and see what it's like, because honestly, it's too overwhelming. It really is for me. Now, maybe some of you out there are smarter than me. I know the ones in the comments definitely are. But the reality of it is, it's too much for me. So if it's too much for me, it might be too much for you, and I don't have the time, so I'm going to let them use their time to save me some time. So, option for you to try it. At least do the free thing. Like, it's not going to cost you anything. Just log in there, get to know these people. They're offering a better service than anybody else can, and you can get a deal on it. And everybody likes a deal. So, thank you, Jared, for your time. Appreciate this. And we'll go see what I apply for.
Yeah, and one thing to point out on the state application fee, we're waiving all of our fees. You'll still have to pay the state whatever it is that the state charges. Yep.
Sure. The state
So
still
we're going to
charge
give you one state for free on our service side, but the state's still going to steal some of your money because, again, he who has the gold makes the rules.
You're very right. And that basically means if you would have done it by yourself, it's the same amount of money as opposed to letting them do it for you.
Yep.
So that part costs you nothing. You're dumb if you don't do that.
Yep, and you get the consultation, and a lot of times what people need, Josh, you say you're dumb. It's not that. Like, there's an intimidation factor. Well, ignorance, right?
Ignorance
that's
is
what
fair.
We are. We're all ignorant
Yeah.
to what the state's doing. There's an intimidation factor. It's like we're almost like your virtual hunting buddy who is doing this already, and so it's almost like, hey, we'll grab a hold of you and help you have the courage to go into this. Because honestly, these states are getting harder to apply in. They're getting harder to draw tags in. The truth is, if you're not playing this game right now, you're not going to have some of these awesome Western big game adventure hunts that everybody craves.
Well, and we all want that, so you better get on it.